Let's start off with e4. I've been playing some c4 lately, but I'm not very good at it. French defense, alright. I will always play the French defense. I've actually been playing the French defense as black quite a bit lately. Let's see, Rubinstein, right? That's what this is called. And this is not supposed to be very good for black. I think the move here is knight f3. Yeah, I'm sure it is. But it seems like you can just win or get an isolated pawn right off the bat, which is not a bad thing. So now here, I believe I can just win a pawn. So takes, takes, and takes. Just trying to mix it up, but I don't think it'll work. Maybe here and here. Okay, a little passive. Not the way to play if you just lost a pawn. I can take here, whoops, here, and then trade queens. Oh. And then trade queens. And then my king is in the center, I'm up a pawn, good for the endgame. This looks great, actually. But then he has this, doesn't he? I can just back out, and I'll be up another pawn. Is there a way that I can improve that? I'd love to improve upon this idea. Possibly by getting my bishop out first or something? If he takes there. But what I'm worried about is here, here, and then here. Maybe I shouldn't be too worried about that. I get this check. Which he has to take. and then here. Yeah, I'm fine with all that. So he goes bishop takes. So I've got an idea. Here, here, and then bishop b5 check. That gets me ready to castle. I drop my queen back out of the way. Drop my queen out of the way afterward, and yeah, I'm ready to castle. So I think that's the plan here. Do I need to capture this? This frees up this square for my queen now, which I like. Oh, decisions. So what I don't like is if I drop my queen back now, if he plays queen check there, I feel like I'm giving him quite a lot of activity. And then, yeah, and then he gets this there. So I don't like that. Therefore, let's just take, keep it simple. I'm already up 2 pawns. His pawn structure is totally shattered. Endgame should be completely winning. I thought he would play queen takes. This gives me this square, which is what I wanted. I thought if he played queen takes, that would prevent me from bringing my queen back to here. And I much prefer this square, because I get an old escape check if my queen comes under fire. For instance, here, I get to throw that in. Okay. Down a bunch of material, trading pieces, not a good idea, unless there is a concrete reason for it. And I don't see that reason anywhere. Okay. I think he's just angry. There doesn't seem to be any justification for these moves. Just needs to make a move. What could be easier than check? But really, checks should be reserved. They're resources. And that has not improved his queen at all. So if I go here, I'm out of range for both of the knights. This knight is 4 squares away, and this knight is 3 squares away. Both of those take, I believe it's 2 and 3 moves respectively, or 3 and 4 moves respectively, to wind up attacking your piece again. And furthermore, that queen pins the knight there, so I like it. Pins the knight, adds some protection to the bishop. Rook here, probably. Sort of tempted to castle queenside. Nah, I'm more tempted to throw a rook right here. Rook there, bishop there. Things are looking good. So I guess he wants to castle. So my question is, which order do I do this? Bishop here first seems annoying, because then after the rook comes here, let's say bishop there, so bishop g5, long castles, rook e1. Then there's a question of if I'm winning this piece. He can, of course, just sack the exchange, but I'll take that as well. So I think I'll start with this. Don't see an immediate reason not to. Rook takes, I might just go rook e1. if the rook tries to block... Whoa, okay. Yeah, this is not looking very good for our friend here. I think this wins a piece, doesn't it? So he goes back, I guess. If he goes back, then this knight is pinned. Ooh, lots of trouble. Lots of trouble for this guy. So rook e1, queen d8. Rook d1. Then I think he's got to give up the exchange after that. Or actually, what if I just played bishop check here now? Bishop check here, he's got to go back. I skewer the queen, and yeah, I think that's game over. Or he just blocks with the rook. Yeah, I should have looked at that a little bit more. Maybe rook here was stronger. I believe I mean, he could have, but in that line he could always just sack the exchange anyway. So at least in this line, I don't know, I guess it's more forcing. But in the other line, going rook e1, queen d8, rook d1, then if he sacked the exchange there, I would have been better developed. So that was probably the right answer. I forgot that he could just block. Yeah, so he goes there now. But maybe I can get the best of both worlds here. What happens if I go rook d8 now? Or rook e1? Because this rook isn't going anywhere. And I can always take it with check. Oh, did I have this? Yeah, but he could just move his king out of the way. So now I'm planning knight here. Knight e5. So knight e5, if he plays knight takes. Okay, so that's my cue to take here. So now knight e5. Yeah, this is pretty bad. He simply can't put another defender on this piece. So either he gives up the knight right now, or he takes my knight, in which case he loses a rook, which are bad options. Okay, he goes there. I guess his point is to go there with his knight, but my queen covers that. So... or he wants to pin. Okay, so I take, and he plays rook there. Decent move. So takes, queen here, offer the queen trade, recaptures with the rook, and just up an exchange in an endgame. So a fancy way of trading off all the pieces. Anything better? Oh, you know what? Here, rook takes. I take here. Or rook pin, and then I take there. With check. Fantastisch. The rook escapes, or the queen escapes with check. That's what I was looking for. I was thinking about going there, but obviously the knight protects that. So, hopefully this will be wrapped up in just a second. 4 minutes on the clock. Knight can't recapture, of course, because it's pinned. Yep. Alright. Time to resign, buddy. So, let's see, do I have... Yep, okay. Why not resign? Come on. Let's see. So check. If he moves there... then I'll just bring my knight over here, and I'll threaten the back rank, so that if he comes down with his rook, then I'll have mate in 1. So then if he moves here, then this is checkmate. Is it not? Check. This file is taken. King can't go there. So the king has to go back, and then check. And he has to go here anyway. And then, let's see, then I just trade this off. Yeah, and that should be good enough. Okay, so we'll start with this. Okay, so he goes here. There. So I should have mate here, right? So check, and then I bring the knight over, and he can't leave the back rank. So what can he do? It doesn't even matter at this point. So, Rook takes, mate. If the queen moves or something, if the queen moves, then just exchange a piece. Well, okay, I would I would capture the queen, obviously. So the queen has to stay and defend this rook. Or the rook, I guess the rook could move. Yeah, there you go. Okay, we're really gonna do this, huh? So let's kick the queen away. And then capture here. Or just threaten mate in one. The problem is queen comes out. So here, threatening mate in one. King has to stay in the corner. It's blocked off. My question is, can black defend this diagonal? And his queen cannot. His queen cannot make it to any of these, to this diagonal in order to defend that. So this should be mate. Let's see if it takes 9 minutes for Nelson Ruben Zavaleta to realize that this is lost. And just to verify, the problem is this square right here. So there we go. Thank you. Okay. So now let's take a look. I feel like the opening went really well. 1, 2 or 3 pawns or something. Now, the Rubinstein French is not, in and of itself very bad, but for some reason it seems like the people who play it at my level really don't know how to play it. So yeah, c5 is what his next move, or c5, right? c3. Oh, it's white's move. And then c5. Okay, they call it the Marshall. Vanilla, classical. Okay, never mind. The Rubinstein is with an exchange here. So I was wrong about the classification of this opening, but this I feel like is similar in structure or something. But as you can see, it doesn't have a very good. That's actually has decent chances for black, but the sample size is probably pretty small, too small. So c5, knight f3. All right, no one does this move. Let's see if we transpose. Yeah, so this only gives you high rated games, and obviously no one high rated would play like this. So that was a bit of a opening disaster for black. Now let's see if I missed anything tactically. It felt like it, yeah, what's this? CD4? Oh, that's what he should have played. Yeah, I agree. CD4, my plan was queen takes, and then, what's this say? This is knight takes is better? Okay. I like this setup. I'll buy it. Did I miss anything here? Looks like the engine approves of how I played. Rook g8. Yeah, I wasn't threatened by that, but I didn't realize that it would be considered a mistake. What should he have played? Queen e4? Just try to trade the queens? That's his best bet at this point? Yeah, it's probably pretty hopeless. But yeah, rook. Bringing the rook there was... apparently a very big mistake. Yeah, it doesn't like this after all. It just wants rook fe1. And then they say, just try to trade the queens. Loses a piece. Okay, and the computer prefers this position to what I got, which makes sense. Yeah, so it looks like I lost quite a bit there, but then on the very next move, it's back to 5.2 instead of 7. Okay. Alright, and then it's back up into 7s and 8s. Keeps growing. Yeah, mate and 7 at this point. And they don't like that. So rook e4, just swing up. Oh yeah, that's easier. But hang on, rook e4? Yeah, that makes me a bit nervous. I don't think of those types of moves instinctually because now there's a back rank issue. So if he ever does take here, I don't know, I'm worried about that. So even though my mate was slower, it's the balance between playing safe and or playing safely and still ensuring that you get your mate, your checkmate. So anyway, that's my game. I don't think I learned very much. um, I felt like it was just good tactical practice. Um, but overall, it was just another example of how not to play the French. So maybe the general lesson is if you're going to play an opening like the French or the Sicilian or even the standard Spanish, any type of Spanish or whatever, just play the main lines. you know, uh, learn the main lines obviously, and then stick to them. They're tried and tested. And if you're not doing well with the main lines, then find out why. Go to the database, go to the engine, and see what's wrong with the way that you're playing this opening. So anyway, that's all. I hope you learned something by watching this, and I'll talk to you next time.